Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the MLB Prop and Home Run Calls for Wednesday, September 17th. We're going to be going over it. We will start by our review from yesterday, get into today's picks, and then the HR calls, the home run calls, and if you guys have some questions, we'll get to those at the end as well. Snoop, good morning. Johnson, let's get paid. Thank you for showing up, and let's get after it. Light Bear and Abraham, what is up, my guys? Thank you all for showing up. I absolutely appreciate it. Sorry, I was slightly tardy. Got a little sidetracked reading FOMC stuff, and that we got a 25 basis point cut. Now, Tommy, what is up? Let's get into yesterday's picks. 2 of 3. Judge sold us. The Milwaukee stack went off, which I liked. Hopefully you guys used a few other of those bats as well. And then Romy didn't get it done. Junior only had one hit. He got on base 3 times, but unfortunately 2 of them were from walks. And Judge actually had a decent day too, but just didn't get an extra bases hit. Only had 1 hit. So unfortunately, 2 or 3 for the day, and we'll get into today's picks now, and we're going with Byron Buxton, Yandy Diaz, and Vinnie Pasquantino. The 2 top props, we got Byron Buxton and Yandy Diaz. If these 2 hit, one lucky winner will win $20. All 3 of them are 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Tommy said Milwaukee RBI parlay plus 1,700 hit because of your suggestion. Awesome. Glad you had some success. Yes, Milwaukee came through. They had a big day, that's for sure. And everybody, listen to Light Bearer. Smash that like button. Retweet or share the YouTube. Subscribe, do all that good stuff. Comment, it helps us a ton. Now let's get into the picks. Byron Buxton been over in 3 of the last 5. He's hitting 70% in the last 10. He's hitting 59% of the season games, and we have him over at 2.7 projection for hits, runs, and RBI. Consensus at 2. I think he's in a very good spot to get today versus Lou Gill. Yankees bats look good. He's a top 10% hitter versus right-handed pitcher. He's top 95% in barrel balls lately, top 90% in average exit velocity. And then, over the last 20 games, he's hitting 263 with 6 home runs, a 368 ISO, super high WOBA, been getting on base on a high clip. He's leading off. Behind him is a bunch of guys that can hit him in. I think it's a very interesting spot with a 140 ISO from Lou Gill given up. Another thing that I think is interesting with this spot in Lou Gill is Gill has allowed more hard contact this season, but yet he's at 0.4 home runs per 9, whereas last year he was at 1.5 home runs per 9, 1.1. So I think he is due for some regression with his not allowing home runs. I like Byron Buxton quite a bit today. I think there's a lot to like. He's also hitting 400 in a very small sample size, but behind him, bullpen that hasn't been that great. Byron Buxton, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. Next, we got Yandy Diaz. Shout out to the BVP truthers here. 11 plate attempts. They're hitting 500 off Gausman with 1 home run, a 300 ISO, 570 WOBA. He's at home in the hitter-friendly confines of Steinbrenner Field. And Gausman has been good lately, but Yandy Diaz has been great. Versus righties, 436 average over the last 20 games, 200 ISO, 491 WOBA. While he's not, a great home run hitter, he is a very good hitter, and I think there's plenty of opportunities for him to get a run or an RBI with his hit. He's been on fire lately, hitting 430 over the last week, 370 over the last month. I think Yandy is going to get it done versus Gausman today. So those are our two top props. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. That is how you get entered into the contest to win $20 if the two hit. Then we got Vinnie Pasquantino. Vinnie P higher than 1.5. Hits, runs, and RBI. LineStar is at 2.5. Consensus at 2.2. And Vinnie P has been hitting pretty well lately. He's a top 20% hitter versus right-handed pitchers. He's top 95% in barrel balls. There is some weather concerns, though, so I want to shout that out for you guys now. Then what has he done lately versus righties? He's hitting 250, which is actually down from his general 277, but he's hitting the ball hard. It's a 212 ISO. I'm not that worried about him. I think he's in a very good spot today, and the pitcher that he's going up in Bradley, or sorry, it's not Bradley. Today is Miller. 4.66 ERA, giving up a 170 ISO, high or decently high WOBA. I think it's an interesting spot with 36% hard contact rate. And we're going over with Vinnie P. So those are our three props today. Our three are Byron Buxton, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. Yandy Diaz, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. And Vinnie Pasquantino, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. Brink, we'll look at your Woodruff in a bit, as well as Snoop. We'll look at yours in a bit. Right now, we're going to our home run calls of the day. And with that, we are going with my man, Byron Buxton. We're just doubling down on him. I think he's in a very interesting spot. LineStar is at 22.4% chance of a home run. Sports books are at 24.1, so we're not getting a ton of value here, but really there's not all that much out there that is giving us value. Cal Riley is there giving us a little value. Carter Jensen, yes, but be careful with that one. When we have a guy that has very limited data, the system boosts it up a little bit. So don't believe that it's that big of an edge that we have there. Outside of that, not a whole lot. There is Bregman. Bregman hasn't been hitting great, but and his power numbers are a little down, only 30% hard contact rate, but at least there is some value, and that is probably the reason why we're getting some value on there. But let's talk about Byron Buxton here. Byron Buxton, 36% hard contact rate, 5 barrel balls over the last 2 weeks, high average exit velocity, and Lou Gill's only allowing a home run on 2.9% of home runs over the last 20 games here. But as I said earlier, he's at 0.4 home runs per 9 this season. Last year, he was at 1.1. Now his slugging is up, his hard hit rate is up, and I just don't foresee that number continuing. I think he's due for some regression in that home run category, and I think Byron Buxton is a great one to get it done. Now, let's get to some of these questions. We got Cole Reagans at 4.5K. Johnson, the one worry I got to say here is Reagans is probably only going 60 pitches or so. And with that, I have a very hard time wanting to go there. I mean, he's not a super efficient pitcher as it is. Other games that he's gone 60, 4Ks, I just can't warrant going over there when he's only probably going 65-ish pitches at the most. He went 56 in his rehab outing. They have no reason to really throw him out a ton today, so I don't love that one. Snoop likes Yelich and Big Dumper over 1.5. Yelich is somebody that I definitely like, and I was interested. I almost went there today. I think we're into the bad Jose Soriano. What we've seen this year is he's been super streaky. The last, 5 games or so, he hasn't been great. Yelich's on fire, 57% hard contact rate. His average is there. The WOBA's there. He's going to get opportunities. Plenty of good guys around him. I don't mind Yelich whatsoever. And then I almost wrote dumper. That's hilarious. Cal Riley obviously is, game in and game out been great. Minus 126 on him. You don't totally love, as he is a bit boomer bust. He only has a 247 average. But versus these lefties, it is up to 280. So there is some interest there as well. And Mariners as a whole have been hitting. And let's take a look at Woodruff. Woodruff, 7.5 Ks. Man, that is up there. But it is definitely the best spot you can have for strikeouts. Angels, 32.4% K rate over the last 20 versus righties. The BVP data, we can't really look at. It's only 14, but combined K rate, 29.4. You got to love that. And then over the last 5 starts, 26% K rate over the last 20, 30%. I would expect him to be more in that 30, low 30s area today. I think 8 Ks is probably the likelihood here. So I don't mind some over, especially if you're only paying 119. That, guys, will do it for us. Just a reminder of our picks. We got Byron Buxton over 1.5, Yandy Diaz over 1.5, hits, runs, and RBI, and Vinnie P over 1.5, hits, runs, and RBI. I'll be back in a little bit with a Thursday night football preview and props. And right after that, we'll also do the DFS. You all have a good one. Let's make some money and have a day. Talk to y'all later. Please come join us at Props Optimizer. Give us a download. Your one spot for free props and data with the viewing of ads, or $10 per month. If you don't want to deal with ads, only $10. Come give us a try. Peace, guys.